What's up, everybody, and welcome to the channel. It's your boy Mello. Hope everyone out there is doing well. Today I just wanted to try something new on the channel. Usually when I do a video, I'll have like a script and I'll it kind of helps me to be on track and to keep my thoughts on track. But today I was just like, you know what? I want to do some random things. I want to talk about a few things. So just to start this video off and to let y'all know what kind of time I'm on, aliens. Aliens. If you believe we are the only people or the only things in this world, I don't know what to tell you. I just cannot sit here and in my good mind of minds, I cannot believe that we are the only beings here. Even look at it in our solar system. We have like 8 or 9 planets. I don't know if you include Pluto or not. Just think about it. Like, this universe is massive, you guys. Like, I just cannot believe we are the only people here. So then the question that comes to my mind is, okay, so if aliens are real, do y'all feel like they would be friendly, or do you feel like they would be hostile? A part of me thinks they would be a little hostile, because I feel like, if humans were to discover aliens and things of that nature, I think the first thing they would probably do is experiment on them. I don't know. I'm hoping they will be friendly, but my money's probably on hostile. Who knows? I'm not like this huge conspiracy theorist guy. I'm not like an alien chaser or anything like that, but I definitely do believe in aliens. I do think they're real. And I don't know, like, I would be interested in seeing some hard, like, concrete evidence that I can believe sometime in my lifetime. If not, then so be it. I think aliens exist. I don't think we're the only people here. Overwatch 2. Now, if you know me, like, I'm a huge nerd at heart. Like, I love video games. I love anime. I'm just a nerd. Like, I'm just a huge nerd. It's interesting because I started playing Overwatch a few years ago, back when my brother introduced me to it, and I was hooked on it. I've never really been into first player shooter games. Like, take your Apex Legends of the game, take your Call of Duties, take your Halos. Like, I've never ever been into those games. So when I was introduced to Overwatch and I knew it was a first person shooter, I already knew I wasn't interested in it, but my brother was like, give it a chance. I think you'll really enjoy it. They have characters and things like that. So I checked it out, loved it, was hooked on it ever since. Shout out to the Widowmaker mains and the Ana mains. Shout out to the Snipe mains out there. But can I just say how incredibly disappointed I am in Overwatch 2? Like, I think the first sign that Overwatch 2 was probably going to be completely shat was the fact that the developers, they did not do a development update. Usually, I remember in Overwatch 1, we would just get a lot of development updates. Like, Jeff Kaplan, who was leading Overwatch at the time, he would always come on and just give us some updates. If there's a new map coming out, if there's a new hero coming out, if there's a huge patch note coming out. So you would think for the release and launch of a whole new entire video game, let Blizzard tell it, that there would be some sort of hype, like some sort of, here we are, let's talk about our game. Let's show and talk about everything we've been doing for the past 2 or 3 years. When Overwatch 2 released, there was no developer update, and it was like, they wanted to release and launch the game like kind of silently. Now we see why. When Overwatch 2 launched, it had so many bugs, so many things wrong with it. And it only released like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. When I tell you guys, I was not able to log into Overwatch 2 the first day until literally 5 o'clock on the dot. Like, I was watching the time and I was like, okay, when are they going to like let us log in? Because they was letting the streamers log in. So if you were a popular streamer, you were able to log in. But everyone else who paid the $40 for the game, we had to wait until 5 o'clock. That was annoying. Nothing in my mind makes me feel confident and makes me feel like this game is going to succeed, and nothing makes me feel like this game is ready. I mean, the huge thing that stands out to me still, we don't have PvE. Do you guys remember that the whole selling point and the whole thing of Overwatch 2 was PvE aspect? For those of you who don't like playing PvP and don't like playing against other players, we're going to bring this whole new thing for you guys to enjoy. Where is it? Where is it? Not only do we not know where it's at, but we have not heard a mutter, an ounce, a gleam, a slight. I would not be surprised if Overwatch 2 was not here at all. Like if they just decided to scrap it. But I'm gonna take it a step further, and this is something I was really thinking about today, and I was like, I would not be surprised if greedy Blizzard did this. I think when Overwatch 2 launches and PvE does come out, I think they're going to have us pay for that separately. What makes me think this? Well, look at Overwatch's 2 history. They mask it as if it's this free to play game, right? Like, oh, it's free to play, you can download. It's not free to play. Overwatch 2 is pay to play, and I'm going to keep screaming that until you guys understand that. This is a pay-to-play game masked as free-to-play. In order to get a new character, you have to buy the battle pass. So that itself should let you know this game is not free-to-play. A game to me that is free-to-play is, take your game like Final Fantasy, right? It's coming up on almost a year since I've been playing Final Fantasy 14. I got into it last year around December when I was looking for a new video game to play. And when I tell you, that game is something that sticks out free to play. Like, it's almost to the point that it's like, okay, there's certain things that I wouldn't mind buying here, but like, it's such a good feeling in Final Fantasy when you do grind something out. Like, take a relic weapon. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. Relic weapons are so, like, they can be very hard to obtain in Final Fantasy, and it's just a grind. Like, you have to really grind it out. But Final Fantasy is really a game that is like, if you want the best of the mounts, you know, a top mount that sticks out to me is the Servius mount. You have to grind that. You cannot pay for that if you wanted to. You know, I now have the Excalibur weapon for Paladin, which is a relic weapon. Love the weapon. I would not have mind paying for it. I had to grind it out and really, you know, get there. But, you know, it's a really good feeling. That Final Fantasy is a free-to-play game in every aspect. Overwatch 2 is pay to play in every aspect. You want the new hero, you gotta pay for it. You want this little weapon charm, you gotta pay for it. You want this emote, you gotta pay for it. Like, it is a pay to play game. I don't know, like, it's very disappointing because Overwatch is definitely a game that I love and that I really enjoy playing, but to be quite honest, I don't see myself sticking around. Like, what I've decided to do is I'm not going to spend any more. You know, I've already bought the scam pack, you know, the watch point pack. I bought the scam pack for $40. So besides that, I'm literally not going to put a single penny into Overwatch 2, at least until the new year. But I may take it a step further, and I may even decide to boycott Overwatch 2 until PvE comes out, because I need to know exactly what I'm getting. Here we are with the game that's still not fully finished. It still seems like it's in development. You know, just last week we had 2 heroes taken off the roster, Bastion and Torbjorn. You know, Torb's back, you can play him in casual, but Bastion, he's like, literally, you can't even play him anywhere. So this game, it's not finished, it's not done, it's still in development, we still don't have PvE, so that's why I'm like, why would I continue to put money into literally an unfinished game? At this point, I would have been fine waiting until Overwatch 2 was completely finished to play it. That's just where I'm at. I love it. It does run faster, you know, I play on PS4. I still don't have a PS5, but you know, if I've never played a PC, but it legit I think this is what it feels like to play on PC, because Overwatch has never played this smooth for me. Like, when I tell you, I literally look at a head now and I click it and it's instant delete on Widowmaker. Like, it feels, I can only imagine this is what a PC feels like. Like, it is literally smooth like butter. So I do love the new engine. I do love the graphics. But there's just so much I'm disappointed in, and you know, I do feel like I was patient, and I feel like I gave Overwatch time. I gave them 2 or 3 years. I was still around playing Overwatch 1 while they let that game go. I'm just disappointed, and you know, so I'm just gonna, you know, I'm going to take a step back, and I'm not going to spend any more money until I see some solid proof that Overwatch is finished and that they are headed in the right direction, and the direction that I feel confident in supporting them financially. You got to remember, this is a relationship. Blizzard is not in the business of being our friends. And I think that's what's shocking a lot of people, is because we're coming from Blizzard knowing them from Overwatch 1 was a lot of things were free. A lot of things you could grind out. Now Blizzard, they're a business. They're showing us like, hey, you guys, like, we're actually really a business. So, they feel like they have to charge us every step of the way. But I think what the community fails to realize is that just like any business, it's give or take. Like, right? Any relationship, you have to be able to compromise. So what Blizzard is telling us, we need money. But on the other hand, what the community needs to realize is that it's like, okay, Blizzard, we realize y'all need money, but we cannot afford $20 for one skin. We cannot afford $25 for one skin. Like, it is so absurd to me that literally one skin costs more than the battle pass. It just doesn't make any sense to me. You get one item for $20, but you can buy the battle pass, which I believe is about $10, maybe $15 at the most, and you get like it's like 80 tiers or something like that. Like, you get 8 tiers of items. So many items you get. So I don't know. Overwatch 2, I just got to take a step back. I enjoy it, but I'm not spending any more money until the new year, and possibly until PvE comes out. So that rant over. Moving on, and the next topic, House of the Dragon. Like, can I just say, this is my guilty white pleasure. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's like, I feel like every Black person has like that one thing that's really made or kind of catered to white people that we kind of just, it's our guilty white pleasure. So, back in like high school, my guilty white pleasures was Twilight. Don't judge me. I love Twilight. Team Edward. It was also Harry Potter. Hated Harry Potter when I first heard about it, didn't understand it. One day on ABC, they had a marathon. I didn't have nothing else to do. Sat down, watched it, and loved it. So, love Harry Potter, love Twilight, and now I love Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. Let me just give you guys a little backstory about how I was introduced to House of the Dragons. It's good when Black Twitter gets a hold of it. I remember when season 8, I believe that was the last season of Game of Thrones, was premiered. Yes, you guys, I know I was super late. I remember exactly how I got into it. I got into Game of Thrones during the episode was when Arya killed the Night King. I remember Black Twitter was just going crazy over it. And I was like, okay, I've been hearing about this show, but I've never heard about it. Black Twitter's talking about it. It may be good. Let me go check it out. Went back, watched it, binge watched it, loved it. It was unlike anything I've seen before. I mean, you've got nudity, you've got medieval, you've got castle, you've got dragons, you've got magic, like everything I never knew I needed, loved, and wanted in my life. It was just sitting there in Game of Thrones. Just sitting there. House of the Dragon, oh my gosh, let's talk about it. So, I didn't know that I could love Game of Thrones even more, but when I tell you, I don't know, I'm just really surprised. The action is way better. Because I knew it was going to be a prequel, I didn't know how the action was going to be. I didn't know how they were going to handle it. Usually when you're coming from like the anime and comic book world, usually the later years of someone's life, that's when they get more powerful, right? Like, usually in the beginning, they're a little weaker, like they're kind of finding themselves, they're figuring out how to use their powers and things like that. So, this show, as it was going to be a prequel, I was like, maybe they're not going to have as much action. I don't really know how this is going to go. No, they have way more action. Literally, I feel like this first season, we have seen more action than we have in the combined 8th season of Game of Thrones. I'm ready to argue and I'm ready to debate, so let me know if y'all are too. The dragons are absolutely amazing. Coming from Game of Thrones, we only saw 3 dragons, and I couldn't tell you which one was a part. I don't know their name, I only know the colors, and I believe one was red and one was blue. I forgot what the other one was. Now, I may not know all the dragons' names by heart, but I could literally look at the dragons now and tell you exactly who they belong to. Oh yeah, that's Daemon's dragon. All of the dragons literally look completely different, and I love it. Like you could literally tell who they belong to. I believe it was Visenya who originally mounted Vhagar. So just to kind of like see her on screen, and to see how big Vhagar is, I was like, oh my gosh. And we haven't even seen Balerion yet. So I can only imagine how huge he's going to be. Hopefully we get to see him. Anyway, I'm going on this tangent. House of the Dragon is so good. We have black people on there. Now, I did a video where I was talking about racist versus black fictional characters, and I was talking about how a lot of racist people are mad that we have black people on House of the Dragons, but I love it. I don't think people realize what this could mean to other people. Like, again, coming from Game of Thrones, I feel like the only time we really saw black people on there was when they were like slaves, or like, it really wasn't in a good light. You know, now we get to see black people, they're freaking dragon riders, they're lords of houses. Like, it's amazing, you guys. Like, I love it. And you know, it's even more amazing when the creator himself, George R.R. Martin, approved of these things and is okay with these things. You know, he approved of black people being on House of the Dragon and being lords. The creator, he wrote the book. So that's why I'm like, how are racists mad at the creator, at a creator's own creation? Like, this is literally his own creation. If he wants black people on House of the Dragon, there's going to be black people there. Like, anyway, it's amazing. My Sundays are like, every Sunday I look forward to it. Every Sunday I'm just happy. Every Sunday I'm just like, oh gosh. Season finale is coming up this Sunday, so I am a little sad. I don't know what I'm going to do going forward, but I just know they are going to go out with a bang. Like, I'm a type of person, I love spoilers, so I know how everyone's going to die on the show. Like, I love that, right? I don't know, I just love spoilers. The trailer, it looks like one of Rhaenyra's, I think one of her sons is going to die. Literally in the books, how the battle is described, how it was raining, how, you know, they went to the north. You know, Vhagar looked like she was about to be up to something in the trailers. I think we're going to see an epic dragon battle. It is the season finale. They're going to go out with a bang. I cannot wait for the other seasons. Who's my favorite character in House of the Dragon? Let me give y'all some backstory. My favorite character in Game of Thrones, it was Cersei. It was Cersei. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I feel it. I feel it. Okay, let me explain myself. She was my favorite character. Now, this is what I feel. Now, remember, I told you I'm a huge comic book and anime nerd, right? I think because I really try to walk this straight and narrow path in life. Like, you know, I try to do what's right. You know, I really try to play by the laws and play by the rule books, right? In my fantasy world and comic books and fiction and all of that, I just feel like if you're going to be bad, be bad. And if you're going to be good, be good. I think that's why my favorite hero is Wonder Woman and DC comic books, and my favorite supervillain is the Joker, because they are literally the epitome to me of good. Wonder Woman is so good, and she fights for what's right, and she loves justice and all of that. Like, she's the complete mantra of good and justice and whatever. But the Joker is completely evil. Like, you know, the villains tell other villains stories about the Joker when they try to scare him. You know, the Joker, he describes himself as he's someone who hates children. He loves dead puppies. Like, that man is evil. So Cersei, I just feel like if you're going to be bad, be bad. And my goodness, was she bad. I love to hate her. I loved to hate Cersei, and did she make me mad, and did I want to crumple her and But every time that woman got justice on Game of Thrones, whether it was for getting revenge when the Martells killed her daughter, whether it was against that lady of the, I think she was of the Scepter or of the Faith or of the Seven, the one lady who was like doing a lot and was like forcing Cersei down the walk of shame. That one, when Cersei got her revenge and it was like, I told you my face was gonna be the last face you ever saw, like the last thing you saw. Oh, like Cersei got her revenge, and she did it in the most evil, cunning way. And I was here for it. And I think what made me love Cersei even more was when I found out how she was in real life. The actress who plays her, oh my gosh, I believe her first name, it could be Lena. I think I'm butchering that. I'm so sorry. But that woman is a complete sweetheart in real life. Literally, I saw one interview of her and I was just like, oh my gosh, like she's nothing like the evil bee I see on Game of Thrones. Like, she's an activist, she's an activist for black lives and things of that nature. And it's something when, the people overseas are trying to, advocate for black lives and stuff like that. So she's just a really down to earth, phenomenal woman in real life. And that's what made me love her even more. I was like, oh my gosh, like, you are a phenomenal actress. Like, I hate you on this I love to hate you on this show, and I love you in real life. Like, so Cersei's my favorite character in Game of Thrones, and I think my favorite character on House of the Dragon. If I just told y'all it was Cersei, who do y'all think it is in House of the Dragon? It's Queen Alicent. Let me tell you guys, in my defense, I don't know what it is. Maybe I just like queens. I don't know what it is. But again, I just feel like I love to hate her. Like, and I don't know. Like I said, the season finale is coming up. Okay, so in my defense, I have not picked a side yet. I know I just said Queen Alicent is my favorite, and I know that she is Team Green. But I still have not picked a side yet, okay? As of now, I am leaning more towards Team Black, because I just feel like, in all fairness and it being completely right, Rhaenyra was named as the heir, but Viserys did name her, and I think we need to put some respect on that, okay? Maybe as of now, I'm Team Black. But I don't know, like, Daemon there's something I don't see why a lot of women are fanning and oogling over him. Like, I look at Daemon and I'm just like, this freaking prick. But maybe that's the appeal to some people. I do feel like I'm going to like Daemon more. Like, I've read about him. Like I said, I love spoilers, so I've read everything about Daemon. I know all the things he's done. I know how his epic battle ends. Cannot wait for that, by the way. I won't even go into that. Won't even spoil it. So I don't know. I haven't picked a side yet. Maybe I'll wait until season 2. Like I said, the season finale is coming out. I believe this is going to be the first battle for the blacks and the greens. I may pick a side then, but I don't know. As of yet, my favorite character is Queen Alicent. Love her. Is it Helena? Oh gosh, I could be butchering that too. But the Targaryen girl who has dragon dreams, she's just fascinating to me. She has her dragon dreams, so she's able to see the future, things of that nature. There's this whole thing right now, like, what does her beast beneath the boards mean? I think her beast beneath the boards is a reference to someone spying on them. I say that because notice how in the episode where Queen Alicent was about to tell her about the death of the king, she said it. She said, beware the beast, and she swiped her away as if to, like, stop her from talking, right? Now, in other people's mind, they feel like the beast beneath the boards was her referring to Rhaenys, like, kind of coming up after the last episode. We saw, like, her, flying up from underneath the dragon pit. I don't believe that, because if you realize, I don't know if the dragon pit necessarily has boards, right? Like, I feel like the dragon pit, it will either be like really hard ground, maybe some sort of stone or concrete or something like that. I don't know if it's necessarily boards. Like, when I think of boards, I think of like a house. I think of like maybe like a castle. I think of something like that. And I also don't believe she was talking about that, because you guys know this is the second time she said it. The first time she said it was when the king called all of them to dinner. It was the night before he died. He wanted all of his family around. She said it. It was just something very subtle, beware the beast beneath the boards. And then she said it again when Queen Alicent was about to tell her. So I feel like if it was referring to Rhaenys coming up from the dragon pit, I feel like they would have said it in a different context, and they would have only said it maybe once. I feel like both times where she said it, there was just no implications of like Rhaenys coming up from the dragon pit. Furthermore, I really feel like if she did mean her, I feel like Rhaenys would have posed more of a threat. You know what I mean? Like, it was just her coming up under the dragon pit. Yeah, she did kill some civilians, but she didn't kill any of the royal families or any of the people who's going to be fighting in the Dance of the Dragons. So I don't feel like that was enough to really warrant her to be kind of checking for Rhaenys. I feel like someone's spying on them. Who it is, I don't know. But I do feel like they're being spied on, and I feel like she's like beware the beast beneath the boards. So super excited for season finale. I know I just went on a crazy tangent about that. Probably should have been a whole video in itself, but oh my gosh, House of the Dragon, love it, love it, love it. So the last topic that I want to talk about is this whole Nicki versus Latto drama. I know I'm a little late. I think this was probably last week's or the weeks before that news, but it's kind of been on my mind, and you know, I have a few thoughts about it. So I was like, why not just share them? Why not? Let me preface this. I am not oblivious to the fact that I am a Nicki fan, right? So I have loved Nicki ever since I was about maybe in 7th grade. I was first introduced to Nicki on Bedrock, the song she did with Young Money. And that is how I came to love and just know her and be a stan of Nicki, right? I am not oblivious that my opinion may be biased, okay? It most likely will be biased, but I will definitely try to have an open and fair assessment and open and fair judgment and opinion going into this, okay? But just, you've been warned, it may be biased. I feel like Latto committed career, you know, I feel like she set herself up. Here's the thing. Now that I'm getting into YouTube and now that I'm trying to make a name for myself and put out content out there, I look at what I would describe as the big YouTubers, right? As the people in my field. So I'm someone who's in the commentary field, and the people who I look up to and the big names that I consider big names are, take your Tasha K's of the world, okay? Take your Lovely T TVs of the world, okay? Those two women are two women who I respect and who I love and who I see like they are just huge in the commentary world, okay? If you know, you know. I cannot imagine I've only been on YouTube for 2 years, okay? I cannot imagine coming on here, fixing my lips to say anything negative about Tasha K or Lovely T. Tasha K alone has over 1 million subscribers, and Lovely T has almost 1 million subscribers, okay? She's at like 900,000. She's very close to 1 million. As of this recording, I have 40 subscribers, like 40 something subscribers. What sense, in what mind or right mind of minds would it look for me to go against two of the biggest women in the commentary world? It just doesn't make sense. Their supporters, their fans, people who watch them will come after me like who are you? Like, who do you think you are? If nothing else, I feel like Latto should have put some respect on Nicki's name, if nothing else. Now, as much as I do love Tasha K and Lovely T both, and as much as I respect them both, do I agree with everything they say? No, not at all. In fact, there are quite a bit of things that they both have said that I'm just like, no, you know, but I am okay with disagreeing and having a different opinion with people, and I still love and respect Tasha and Lovely T, right? Out of respect for them, I would not come on here and fix my lips to say anything about them. Like, I'll be like, I don't agree with that, but I'm not gonna really go out my way to talk about their family or talk about them any kind of way. It just, from a certain viewpoint, it looked like Latto was just waiting for this moment, and it looked like it looked like jealousy, because now let's be honest, if I could snap my fingers and have 1 million subscribers today, would I do it? Yes. I think Latto, now that she's into the game, now that she's a new and upcoming artist, I think that she looks at someone like Nicki Minaj and she realizes how much work is going to be there. I think a little bit of it is jealousy. We have to remember, she's also asked Nicki for some features, right? Like, she wanted her to be on quite a few songs of hers, and Nicki turned them all down, which Nicki has the right to. Why is no one saying Beyonce should be out here collaborating with Normani? Beyonce should be out here collaborating with Ari Lennox. Beyonce should be out here collaborating with Summer Walker. You guys all put respect on Beyonce's name and recognize and realize that she's a legend. I think y'all would laugh if any of the women I just named wanted to collab with Beyonce. So why is it not the same for Nicki? Like I said, we have to put some respect on her name. Whether you like her, love her, hate her, Nicki is the bar when it comes to female rap. There literally is no bar above Nicki. She is the bar. She sets it. If she wants it up here Monday, it's gonna be up here. And if she wants it here Tuesday, it's gonna be down there. It is what it is. Same for Beyonce. When Beyonce dropped her latest album, Renaissance, she literally put the whole game on lock. Even some of the rap girls didn't release their albums. Beyonce is the bar when it comes to this music stuff. Nicki is the bar when it comes to this music stuff. We just have to respect it. I don't know. I just, and again, Nicki, I love her. I do love her. I wish that she would not have gone back and forth. Nicki has to realize that certain things just it is what it is, and in her position, she has to realize, like, it just looks a little bit more bad coming from her because she is on top arguing with like Latto. If I was Nicki, I would have, said what I said about Latto, but I would not have gone back and forth. Maybe I would have educated her and let her know I wasn't even talking about you, but I don't know, I don't know. Yeah, I guess that was pretty biased, huh? At least I'm not out here acting like it. I don't know. I think because I followed Nicki for so long and I feel like I could see the good in her more. So I don't agree with everything she's done. I don't feel like she should have went back and forth. But in her defense, a lot of these girls do try to use her. And you guys have to realize Nicki knows a lot more than we know. And in her position, you do have to be careful because there are people out here who will try to use you. So I don't know. I think one thing I can say is I'm interested to see how Latto will be able to kind of recover from this. If y'all recall a few years back when Nicki and Remy went at it, everyone, like social media, I feel like social media was on Remy Ma's side. As far as like genuine love, support, and people buying music, Nicki had that on her side. No one bought Remy Ma's music. Remy Ma still has not released an album since being out of prison, since being on Love and Hip Hop, since dissing Nicki Minaj. There's been no music. So that's what I'm saying. Public opinion only gets you so far. So, she may have won the Shade Room, perspective, and she may have won the Shade Room's favor, but as far as genuine love and support, Remy just did not have it. So even the same thing with Cardi, say what y'all want, but Cardi still has not released another album. She's still on her first album. I think I just said that to say beef as a female rapper, beefing with Nicki Minaj is not a good business move. It's not good. It's not smart. It's not something you should do. There's at the end of the day, there are levels to this. There's levels to it. Like I say, me coming on here as someone who's new into the game, who's only been on here for 2 years, I cannot imagine fixing my mouth to say anything negative about the Tasha K's or Lovely T's of the world. At the end of the day, I'm gonna put some respect on their name. So I feel like a lot of female rappers, they gotta put some respect on Nicki's name. You just got to, okay? So I'm interested to see how Latto will be able to recover from this, if she will. I'm definitely not someone who's like rooting for anyone's downfall. What Latto eat doesn't make me crap. That's kind of an old saying. I'm rooting for everybody. I just think people need to play smarter, and I think people kind of need to, just stay in their own lane and kind of go that way. I don't know. That's it for me today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was random. I know it was all over the place, but like I said, that was the purpose of this. Usually when I do my videos, I'll type out a script and I'll, kind of edit it and things like that. But here I was able to just go off the dome, hopefully I was able to give you guys a peek into my little black man thoughts. They're literally all over the place. I can be from here and now go from there. So, this was just more so of a segment for me to kind of be more relaxed and just let loose and say, how I feel, kind of a little bit more unfiltered. And yeah, maybe y'all see now why I have a script. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up or thumbs down, as that's okay too, because there's always room for improvement. But whether you gave this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, go ahead and drop a comment down below on some of the things that I talked about today. We went all over the place. I think I was first talking about aliens. Then what? Overwatch. I think we went to House of the Dragon after that. And then Nicki and Latto. Nicki and Latto. So there was, a few topics I bounced around, but go ahead and drop a comment down below and just feel free to let me know your thoughts on any of them. And as always, if you are not already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, as I am on the journey to 100 subscribers. Oh gosh, this video was all over the place. I'm kind of already replaying it in my head, and I'm just like, oh gosh, like I was just talking. All right, I hope y'all have a good day. I'm out of here. I'm Millie Rock on any block. E.